Question number 364, T.R. Baalu ji. Sir.
House, sir. Sir, question number 364, sir.
माननीय मंत्री जी,
Statement is laid on the table of the House, sir.
माननीय सदस्य, supplementary question.
Sir, the National Council of Applied Economics and Research, on its report, has stated, if you invest 1 lakh rupees, there will be a job opportunity for 2.6569, and out of that, 2.65 will be informal and 0.04 will be formal. And another NGO, financed by European Union, has also surveyed 4,382 homeless in 15 cities, including Coimbatore, Chennai, and Madurai. Out of that, the report says, out of 5, 3 are homeless. That means 60% of Indians are homeless. In this scenario, what is the future plan of action by the ministry? Is it possible to complete everything, to provide homes for the homeless by 2022, as you said in various papers, budget, everything?
So the honourable member has raised two important but I think separate issues. One is whether the central government's Prime Minister's flagship program of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana can achieve the target of a home for every Indian citizen wherever he or she might live by the target year of 2022. That is one question, and I'll answer that. The second is the two studies, one study that the Honourable Minister has named in terms of, cited in terms of the job-creating effects of construction of homes. Sir, the study that the Honourable Minister has quoted actually relied on employment data, which, where there was a methodological flaw in terms of what constitutes employment. Sometimes if you do a construction job, it creates employment, but whether the employment is for 20 days or for 300 days is different. So the study that we rely on is a study which was conducted in the year 2019 by the NCA. The NCA is the first one which we have conducted, which is in the answer, which shows that for construction, the jobs created are as follows. This is the National Institute of Public Finance and Policy 2019.
माननीय सदस्य, बातचीत नहीं करें.
Every investment of rupees 1 lakh
के समय कोई बातचीत नहीं करेगा.
Every investment of rupees 1 lakh in housing sector creates direct employment for 54% days and indirect employment of 108% days. Now, if you look at the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana overall, sir, the scheme was introduced in the year 2015, June in particular. At that time, the demand assessment which was done said that we would have to produce 1 crore homes by the year 2022. And subsequently, when the scheme was implemented, that figure was revised upward to 11 crores and 3 lakhs or so. By the month of December, sir, we had already sanctioned 10 crore and 3 lakh Pakka homes under 4 verticals. The target has already been met to that extent. The operative thrust of the question, however, is on property-less, whether owning property and poverty, whether there's a correlation. Sir, I must submit to the August House that the data on ownership of property and issues of poverty are not maintained by us. I don't even know whether the state governments, but what we can, I can share with the honourable member that under two of the flagship programs of the central government, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, I've already shared, we have a target of earlier 10 crores, now 11 crore 3 lakhs. We have already sanctioned 10 crore 3 lakhs homes in that. 62 lakh homes have been grounded and are being implemented. 32 lakh homes have already been handed over. So we are well towards achieving the objective of that. So in other words, 1.2 crores. I'm sorry, correct myself, it's 10 million. It's 10 million and 1 crore, not 10 crore, 1.2. We have already sanctioned the bulk of that. My expectation is that the last meeting which was held of the Committee for Monitoring and Sanctioning of Projects in the month of December, they approved 6.7 lakhs homes in that. We have not had a meeting since that, but by the time we have the next meeting, either towards the end of March or April, the entire thing would have been, quota would have been sanctioned. And I am also confident that well before 2022, all the homes would have been given to the beneficiaries. Now clearly, under two of the verticals, beneficiary-led construction and credit-linked subsidy schemes, it is direct because the beneficiary already either has a house which needs renovation or the beneficiary goes to the bank, housing bank, gets a loan because he's already acquired a property. But even under affordable housing in partnership, I think this will be completed within the next year plus, well before 2022.
The government is relying on 2011 census. So that is why the figures are not updated. First of all, the government has to update how many homelesses are there throughout India. And I want to specifically ask one question. Government has targeted for 3.98 homeless to provide homes. So far, for the past 4 years, they have provided 91.86 lakhs in rural, 32 lakhs in the urban. The gap is 2.74. Only 2 years are left. 2 years left. Within 2 years, is it possible to see that 2.74 crores homes are constructed and delivered to them? It's all 2011 census. They are not updating the figures. At least you answer for 2.7. How you are going to fill up this gap?
I have provided the honourable member relate to the urban sector. Insofar as the rural sector is concerned, where the figures are much larger and the construction of homes is also much larger, my senior colleague Shri Naran Singh Tomar will provide the answer. As far as I am concerned, the homeless in terms of beneficiaries, the demand assessment here was done by the UTs and the states on themselves. It was not based on the 2011 census. Even today, this is a scheme operating under cooperative federalism. It is the state governments which have to do it. And this data is not available with the central government. If the state government comes and tells us they need more, I am very happy to give, for instance, the Tamil Nadu figures in terms of the urban sector, which are the latest which I have got. A total under CLSS, 42,113, in situ slum rehabilitation, 4,880, affordable housing in partnership, 1,50,423, BLCS, 5,75,798, and the Tamil Nadu total is 7,73,000. Now, if the Tamil Nadu government comes and tells us that their demand assessment needs to be revised, we would react to that. But today, we are operating on a revised demand assessment, which is not based on the 2011 census, but is based on figures provided by the states and union territories to us.